I consider myself a cozy gamer, but I played ARC Raiders for over 15 hours during the Server Slam playtest, and it left me absolutely stunned. I don't know the last time I was this excited about a game. The stealthy and almost therapeutic exploration and loot hunting and trying to escape back to base alive is such an awesome rush. And it doesn't mix solo players with teams, which is a huge perk compared to other extraction games. ARC Raiders is on track to be the hottest extraction shooter game of 2025, is fairly priced at $40, has cross-play between PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and it releases on October 30th. I'm going to reveal my top 7 reasons why ARC Raiders is super addicting and can even appeal to cozy gamers. I know that sounds crazy, because it looks like a chaotic multiplayer shooter on the surface, but it's really a beautiful game about careful looting and survival. The ARC Raiders story in a nutshell is a sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting where humans live underground and brave raiders like you travel to the surface to scavenge for vital resources that are guarded by the evil ARC machines. Players begin by choosing from a handful of regular maps and special event maps like night raids and electrical storms, which rotate on a timer. You'll spawn in a random location and sometimes mid-raid with only 18 minutes or so remaining instead of the full 30 minutes. From there, use the map to plan your loot route and an extraction point. The elevator extraction points are only available until their timers run out, and there are also easier hatch extractions, which require a special key to use. Carefully loot along your path towards the exit, keeping your head on a swivel for bot enemies and other players who could be friend or foe. The loot is my favorite part, as I never know what I might discover, like a new weapon, a blueprint, or a high-value item that I can turn into mucho cash. It's an incredible high, followed by intense suspense to survive and return to base with the loot. And this brings us to reason number 2 that ARC Raiders is addicting: stocking and upgrading your base hideout. It's basically a collection of menu screens, but there's so much you can do here. After each raid, unload your backpack by selling or recycling items, crafting new weapons and gear, or hoarding stacks of spare parts for later. You can visit traders to buy new gear like weapons and heals, or upgrade your workbenches so you can craft your own using the parts you find in raids. You also have a big ol' rooster named Scrappy who mysteriously finds you spare parts to add to your stash. There's a skill tree to enhance your abilities like faster walking while crouching, increased stamina, or quieter looting. There are quests to complete and turn in for rewards, raider decks, which are like mini battle passes with cosmetics that are unlocked with in-game credits, and a shop that I assume will use actual money for character cosmetics. There's a decent selection of free outfits and hairstyles for your character, but the face models and body types could be improved. This was the most feminine character I could create. She has no curves. But one of my favorite features in base is that when preparing for a raid, there is a free loadout you can equip, and you'll load into the match with a free random gun and a small amount of ammo and heals. So there's zero risk of losing your gear if you choose this. I mean, it's a crappy loadout, but you'll have nothing to lose. This is perfect if you've got gear fear. There are also augments like this, which you can buy or craft, and you get a cute little prison pocket where you can stuff one treasure in your butt and keep it even if you don't survive the raid. The third awesome feature of the game is its visual appeal. The graphics are gorgeous, and the moody aesthetic is on point. When there is no immediate danger, I like to hunker down and absorb the stunning views and nature sounds. Take a look. It's also worth mentioning that ARC seems to be extremely well optimized. I played on high graphics settings on a 1440p ultra-wide monitor, and my 30 series NVIDIA GPU was barely breaking a sweat. Fortnite is harder on my PC than this beautiful game. It was a pleasant surprise. Fourth, ARC Raiders has awesome party and matchmaking options. There is crossplay, so your duo or trio buddies can join you on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. And although there's no specific solo, duo, or trio queue button, the game prioritizes matching solos with solos. In the dozens of solo games I played, I never ran into any teams other than the friendly solos who met in-game and decided to work together. Although you can use in-game emotes to communicate with other raiders, voice chat works so much better, and there's even a separate button for party chat and one for proximity chat with everyone around you. There's no assimilation, so if you want to work together, it's a mutual agreement. I have trust issues, so I'm always expecting to get shot in the back by supposed friendly raiders, but most people were cool with sharing exfils or helping each other fight overpowered ARC bots. Number 5, you can adapt ARC Raiders to your particular playstyle. If you want to pull a Leroy Jenkins and bum rush a major POI for high tier loot, you can. But just know that you're walking into a ton of killer robots and a good chance of unfriendly PvP. Or you can play a slower, less risky game and focus on the smaller locations around the outskirts of the map with lesser value loot. And if you want to be an absolute turd, you can bush camp the exfils and get your loot that way. I found that raids with duos and trios seem to be much more PvP hungry, and solo queues favoring stealthier, relaxing gameplay with a willingness to work together, for the most part. The point is that you have a lot of freedom to play the game how you want. It's not a battle royale with only one winner. All you gotta do is make it to the elevator. How you do that is up to you. Number 6 will likely ruffle some feathers, but I love that ARC Raiders is third person. Not only can I see my character and all my cute girly crap like skins and accessories, but this also gives a much better awareness of the surrounding environment and my character's position in it. I know a lot of gamers struggle with motion sickness in games, and this expanded perspective helps immensely with the discomfort and nausea caused by zoomed-in motion of first-person games. It might damper the immersion a bit, but I think the third-person point of view makes scouting and spotting enemies much easier. Granted, I also play on an ultra-wide monitor, so I can see those darn tumbleweeds from a mile away. And finally, my 7th and final reason that ARC Raiders is so addicting is the thrill of unpredictable adventures. This game will make you tense as you listen for the ARC machines and other raiders. Your adrenaline will surge when you spot an enemy. You'll need to make a decision whether to play passively and hide, attempt to make friends with other players, or risk it all to steal their loot. Your map choice, spawn and extraction location, loot path, PvP and PvE encounters, and treasures you find assures that each raid will be different from the last, and there's always a chance to make friends with other players if you're into that. And then there's the extract, which is often the spiciest part of the raid. If you have a special key, you can return underground through hatches, which are much less intense and less centralized than the elevators. These keys currently cost $9K to buy, and inventory is very limited. Most of the time, you'll need to exit at the elevators, which are guarded by ARC machines, and nearby players will hear when you've called it and could attack. I've found that smoke bombs are a great way for sissies like me to survive this experience, as they provide cover from enemy eyes, but this process will no doubt make the butthole pucker and armpit sweat. And I love the intensity and challenge, even after a low-key, relaxing raid. You're gonna lose some precious gear from time to time, but if old ladies like me can play smart and survive most raids, so can you. How's that for a pep talk? So these 7 reasons are why I found ARC Raiders to be so much fun, even for someone like me who typically enjoys cozier games. It has an addicting gameplay loop, plenty of loot to hoard, sell, and use for crafting back at the base hideout, separate solo and team matchmaking, cross-play and voice chat, a beautiful aesthetic and graphics that are well optimized, third-person perspective, ability to play aggressively or passively, and the only certainty is that each raid will provide a unique, uncertain experience. ARC Raiders explodes with adrenaline-fueled highs and tension, balanced with a gorgeous ambiance and the option to play at a more relaxed, cautious pace. This is not a game that will help you wind down before bed, but if you want a 30-minute dose of excitement and challenge to score some sweet loot for your hideout, it does this, and it does it very well, especially for solo gameplay. ARC Raiders is the best extraction shooter game I've ever played, and I had so much fun during the Server Slam playtest that I already pre-ordered the deluxe version of the game. I can't wait to start building my underground lair and going topside for unpredictable adventures when ARC Raiders launches on October 30th. It's a nice contrast from all the overly relaxing and predictable cozy games that I normally play. And no, this video is not sponsored. I am just genuinely over the moon impressed with the game and want to share it with my homies. But what about you? Will you be playing ARC Raiders, and what do you like or dislike most about this extraction game? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to keep up on the latest and relatively chill games, please consider subscribing. I'll see you topside, Raiders.